What's happening? What's happening? You already know where you at. We in the trap with it.
Trap.
You already know that.
Trap.
You already know that. Hey, you already know, man. Hey, if y'all don't mind, please hit that like for the squad. It will not charge a card. We need to get this trap line around the corner this morning. What's happening? What's happening? Let's get it.
Trap.
Let's get it. Hey, man, you know they got that line. You know, Jerry and them ain't playing. They done fired plenty coaches. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to Kai 001 T Smooth in the building. Hit that like for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's get this trap round the corner. And you already know ain't nothing changed. They be hating on the squad. You know why, because we the greatest. They the haters. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get this trap round the corner, y'all. Let's go. Hey.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face.
Let's go.
I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day.
Okay.
Ain't no looking back, came a long way. I know that they mad, but
We
just
got
let
some
them hate.
changes in the building now, y'all.
That would make them hate. That would make them
Got
hate.
some changes in the
And
building.
we just getting
Let's go.
cake and they just in the way. That would make them hate. That would make them hate.
got some
Cause we
changes
just
in the
getting cake
building.
and they just in the way. Landlord is
Let's
showing
get it.
how to ball, boy.
Shout out to Andre
You ain't
Moses
even
in
on
the
the
building.
team, you just a ball,
Let's
boy.
get it.
Real high, used to rock knockout, but it's real now. Real fly. Bitch, I probably average your career high. Still one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' a deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar. Took my brother, that made me go harder. That
Okay.
turned me to a monster.
We gotta get the right coaches up out of here.
I'ma run of them comma, f the summer, run of them numbers, yeah. I know that they hate the way it
Shout out
the
to
ball,
Joe
man.
Tracy
Rockin' all this
on
ball,
Facebook.
man. Street made on the
Shout out to
chain.
Brian
I can see
Hype
a
on
thing, all
Facebook.
this
Let's
money
go.
in my face.
Hey.
I just blew a bag, ran it
Let's
back
go.
the same day.
Hey.
Ain't no looking back, we came a long way. I know that they
Let's
mad,
get this trap round the corner, y'all. I know I started
that
all
would
of a
make them
sudden,
hate.
but
That would
you
make
know,
them hate.
sometimes you gotta
We
do what
just
you gotta
getting
do.
cake and they just
Let's
in
get
the
it.
way. That would make them hate. That would make them hate.
Shout out to
just
Thomas
getting
A.
cake and
Derry
they
in the
just in
building.
the way.
Jameson Taylor in the building. What's happening? What's happening? You already know where you at.
Trap,
You know where you at.
trap.
Let's go and get this thing on the road, man. I hope y'all pass the word along. Your uncle, cousin, baby, daddy, sister, brother, that we in the trap today, you know.
Trap,
Let them know we in the trap today.
trap.
Let's get it. What's happening? We in the building, man. What's going on? Hey, man, the Cowboys done rolled around and, you know, they got rid of a lot of people. They looked at them dead in the eyes and said,
You trash.
they got rid of a lot of people, man. Hey, they making a lot of coaching moves. They fired everybody but the right ones, though, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? We need to get this motion worked on up the board now. Hey, we see them coming along, but we need them trickling up. We need to climb that ladder a little bit to the offensive coordinator them. You understand? Yes, sir. What's happening, Carl, man? It's a clean house today, man. Hey, Jerry walking around looking at people dead in the eyes and saying,
You trash.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, Kai 001. That's a good segue. George Edwards was one of the ones that I didn't agree with, unfortunately. I didn't like that one. I thought that was a head scratcher right there, in my opinion, man, because I think he did a pretty decent job this year, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with the circumstances, working with Michael Parsons. You seen that Michael Parsons had a long speech for him on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And when you got your main guy in the building telling you that, hey, he helped me out a lot, stuff like that, you might need to be, you know, reevaluating that. You might not want to let that guy go, you know what I'm saying? But it looked like the Cowboys didn't care nothing about that. They just did what they wanted to do, unfortunately, but it is what it is, man. So now we need somebody else to work with Michael Parsons. Maybe we can get somebody to come in here and make him the defensive player of the year. You know, that's about the next step. It ain't many other steps you can get from Mr. Michael Parsons, though, you know what I'm saying? He like that. He that dude. You know what I'm saying? It ain't many more steps up you can do when you Michael Parsons. You know what I'm saying? What else you want this man to do? You know what I'm saying? Shit. You could probably help a couple of these other linebackers. Now, I said last night that maybe they looked at the fact that Jabril Cox didn't develop in the way that they wanted to, in the speed that they wanted him to. That could have been a problem. That could have been an issue. But we'll see, man. We got to see exactly what the fault was that George Edwards had, because everybody, me and a lot of the rest of the Cowboy Nation was looking at him like a candidate for the defense coordinator position. When they let him go, we looking like, what? Like, he was one of the head people to take over for Dan Quinn if he ends up leaving his job. So him and Joe Witt Jr. So now I guess Joe Witt is the last man standing, and if we lose Dan Quinn, you know the Cowboys like to hire from inside, so that might be the #1 target, y'all. We might have to elevate Joe Witt Jr. as the defensive coordinator, because I feel like Dan Quinn is more than likely gone. Like, he's like the top candidate for too many jobs for him not to get not one of them now. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of jobs that he's like the main guy, the main focus. Shout out to Rosie Kelly on Facebook, Quinice Coleman on Facebook, Toya George on Facebook for the likes and shares. We appreciate y'all. But man, it looks like it's getting rough on the coaching end, y'all. Cause they got rid of Rob Davis. They got rid of Mike McCarthy, right hand man. What we call him, his ace coon boom. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Mike McCarthy, ace coon boom. You know this is it finna go? Is that a sign or writing on the wall for Mr. Mike McCarthy? I hope not. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bruce got the toxic juice. He says Dan Quinn has to be some of these coaches with him. You said Dan Quinn has to. You saying Dan Quinn gonna take some with him? That's possible too. But he got rid of Rob Davis. A lot of people don't even know who that is, but that's Mike McCarthy, right hand man. Like he's been rocking with Mike McCarthy for a long time. And you know, like I said, George Edwards, he was the senior defensive assistant. And Michael Parsons was very, very fond of him. You know what I'm saying? He helped develop Michael Parsons, and he helped develop who else? LVE had a comeback year. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of stuff that you got to look at his resume. If you're going to talk about him, you got to look at his resume. Shout out to Big Head Suge on Facebook. Shout out to Chris Wilson on Facebook. What's happening? Appreciate y'all support. But, man, they done clean house, y'all. They fired Skip Pete. You look at the running back coach, Skip Pete, he had a decent year. Zeke had a kind of iffy year, but if you look at his production as far as touchdowns, I think he had like 12 touchdowns. And Tony had the best year he ever had. So it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe this a little knee-jerkish, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this was like the smartest route to go when you trying to upgrade your team or upgrade your coaching staff. But maybe they trying to already make room for their new DC and their new offensive coordinator and have them hire the people that's under them, because that's what it's kind of looking like. They see the signs on the wall that they going to have to rebuild as far as this go, y'all. That's what it's looking like to me. Bruce got the toxic juice, said I typed too fast in the middle of my breakfast taco. Hey, man, I already know what you mean, sir. I understand what you mean, sir. I really do. But, man, they got rid of Skip Pete. They got rid of Joe Philbin. Now, Joe Philbin was a questionable one, too. Because, like, you know he had a lot. He was dealing with a lot of injuries. He was dealing with Terrence Steele going down. He was dealing with a rookie left tackle. Had him ready to go day one. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Smith looked decent for the first year. You know what I'm saying? To jump straight into that fire, to jump straight into that water, he looked decent. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Mann said need to fire the quarterback coach. They actually did. Doug Nussmeier got released too, I think today. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I read that, on the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust everything on Twitter, but I think it was a decent source that said Doug Nussmeier is his contract has expired too. You know, that's the euphemism to say that the Cowboys don't want him back. You understand? That's just a nice way to say we don't want him back. You know what I'm saying? But I think they said Doug Nussmeier gone. Let me make sure. Let me check that. Let me see. Let me see. Did y'all see it too? Because I think they let him go. Let me see. Y'all bear with me. I want to check this just in case, you know what I'm saying? Just in case. I seen somebody say that. I can't find it, y'all. Y'all let me know. I don't want to be too, doing this too long, messing up the show. So somebody let me know if that was true. Somebody fact check that because I did see it on Twitter. But we need to go get John Kitna. That's who I want. I don't even know if he available, but that's who Dak worked with the best, y'all. Dak was in his bag when he had John Kitna over there, man, and that's who we need. We need him to get back over here. We need him because he worked better with Dak, and we definitely need a new OC. Just like Law Nation said, shout out to Law Nation. He said Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott is a peer-to-peer relationship. We need somebody. Your coach supposed to be your superior. He's supposed to be over you. He don't supposed to be somebody you look at like your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You need some authority over your players. You need somebody who you respect. Like, think about this. What in the world would Dak Prescott respect Kellen Moore for? The only thing Dak Prescott will respect Kellen Moore for is being his homeboy, man. That's right there's a problem. That right there lets you know that you need a better quarterback, coach, and offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Ultra Cowboy said go get Mike Nunchuck. Something like that. I think I know who you're talking about. We need to do something, though, Mr. Ultra Cowboy, man, because we seen that. I really think it's mostly Kellen Moore's scheme, though, man, because Dak ain't never been like this, y'all. He ain't never played like that. Historically, Dak has been one of the better quarterbacks at protecting the football. This man, mama told him he can't throw interceptions, y'all. Come on now. This man, mama told him he can't throw interceptions. Boy probably used to have to eat some noodles when he threw interceptions at practice, man. You know what I'm saying? Mama ain't even finna give him no real food. So, I don't think it's just Dak, bro. Like, I seen some film, bro, and it looks like these option routes, they got him happy feet. They got him waiting too long to make a decision. Because think about this. This is my thing about option routes. Okay, the option routes, they'll have to, like, I think it's only fair if you have to beat the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The defense should have to trick the quarterback in order to break down the offense, man, not the wide receiver. Think about this. You got two people reading on one play. So if Dak Prescott got to read the play, then CeeDee Lamb got to read the play. So now all the defense got to do is trick one of them. Know what I'm saying? And you sitting up there letting Dak wait. You already know we ain't got a great offensive pass blocking offensive line. We don't have that. We know that for a fact. So you sitting up here making him read even more. And all the defense got to do is do a nice little disguise and trick CeeDee Lamb. Who you think is easier to trick, the wide receiver or the quarterback? Because in this situation, all you got to do is trick one of them. You don't have to trick both of them. Like, you should have, the offense should force them to have to trick the quarterback. Who you think watch more film, the quarterback or the wide receiver? Let's just be real. Like, bro, they should make them have to beat the quarterback. The quarterback got to go throw the ball blindly sometimes. Like, he have to trust that the wide receiver is going to read the route just like him. He got to trust the wide receiver is going to read the defense just like him. All it takes is a decent little disguise in a defense, and it's a wrap. Like, they'll set you up just like that. And that could be reading the play right. If the receiver read the play wrong, it could still be an interception. Like, that's what's crazy. So then you got to think, one of the knocks on Dak, because this is not me freeing Dak of guilt, but one of the knocks on him is he don't have no extremely great arm talent. Like, his arm talent is not just elite. So you know what that means for a quarterback? If you don't have just elite arm talent, that means your mechanics got to be on point every time. So if you up here reading the option route, you got to get your feet set the right way to throw the ball. You got to get your motion the right way to throw the ball. Like if you ain't like that, you'll have to just throw it out pure arm, and that ain't what that got, y'all. Ultra Cowboy, no more O-line excuses, especially when Joe Burrow has no O-line for 2 years. So look, we obviously see that Dak is not no Joe Burrow. We can't talk about what we want, Ultra Cowboy. We got to talk about what we have. That's the thing. Like, we know that we see now that Dak has proven that he's a tier under them guys. Know what I'm saying? But we've been behaving like he's them guys. That's the problem. But now, after we done bashing Dak, saying we hate him, we can't stand him, we want another quarterback, now we got to calm down, take the emotions out of it, and figure out how we can win with him, though. You see what I'm saying, Ultra Cowboy? Like, you could just keep talking about other quarterbacks and how successful they are compared to our quarterback, but that's not helping us in the equation. We got to figure out how we can win with them. You know what I'm saying? He said last 2 years, Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to figure out a way how to win with them, though. You know what I'm saying? So we can say, we can name all the things that Dak Prescott is lacking at. But right now, we are forced in the position to, well, we got to figure out how to win with them. Like, we can have a whole show talking about the things we want Dak to get better at and we would like to see him do. But that's not going to help us right now. We need to be trying to see what we can do with them. We got to maximize Dak Prescott and this offense. And I think one of the best things for it would be getting rid of Kellen Moore, dog. Real talk. I don't want my wide receivers making all these critical decisions for a play. Know what I'm saying? The quarterback should tell the play should tell the wide receiver what route to do. If you're going to have an option route, have one, have two. You know what I'm saying? Other quarterbacks are the exception, not the rule. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's certain quarterbacks who, like, you can't look at Burrow and Mahomes. Like, how many of them is it in the league? You know what I'm saying? How many Burrows and Mahomes is it in the league? It's just two. Like, those boys probably the top two in the league, bar none. Like, far as just being a pure quarterback, a pure pocket passer, like, Mahomes got mobility too, but if you talking about just quarterback talent, them two boys, like, they special. Like, know what I'm saying? The Bengals, look how long it took the Bengals to find Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow just don't grow on trees, man. So we can respect what Joe Burrow is doing. And, like, that was one of the things that I hate about Tony Romo too, because while Romo was in the league, everybody's standard to compare Romo was Brady. Bro, we ain't never gonna see another Brady. You know what I'm saying? They comparing him to great quarterbacks that had great organizations and great teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't be the standard for him because that ain't who he was. You know what I'm saying? So now they comparing Dak to people who one of ones. You know what I'm saying? Dak has worked hard to become the player he is. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come out the gate with all this respect saying that he was going to be a top-tier, number one type talent. Shout out to Hoodlum in the building and Sally Lawyer over there on Facebook. Shout out to you, man. So you got to think, we dealing with another type of player. We dealing with a player who worked his tail off to become this player. That's a whole different ball game. I don't think y'all understand that. That's a whole different ball game because, okay, you got some players who was already projected to be this great. Dak has really outplayed most of them guys. You know what I'm saying? But y'all still angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect hard work too. You know what I'm saying? I respect hard work. Carl Main says, when people tell me Dak not a top 10, I tell them to name a top 10. Name me 10 better. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Because think about this. You don't have to have a top 5 quarterback to win, man. We just lost to Brock Purdy. But everybody just mad. We got an angry mob that just want to point at Dak Prescott. But this one thing I do want to tell Dak Prescott, this what I hold Dak accountable for right here. for not standing up for himself. That's one of the things I hold him accountable for. You know what I'm saying? Dak, you agreed to all of this. This is why I hold him accountable. And you knew that you probably couldn't get this done. You want to be a good soldier. Like my boy Henry said, shout out to HTM Sports. He said a good soldier makes a great martyr. That's what they make. Because they going to take you out and just say, good job, good job. Man, I said last night that Dak Prescott want to be a good soldier. He want to go down with the ship. He want to be a captain going down with the ship. But the Jones is going to watch that ship sink from their yacht. That's what they going to do. And everything going to be on you, Dak. You better man up because they playing with your legacy, sir. They playing with your legacy. When them people sat up there and said, hey, when them people came and said, we're not going to replace Amari Cooper, you should have been like, what? You should have had that Shannon Sharp look back. Like, what? You ain't going to do what? See, that's on Dak. Dak shouldn't have win. He trying to go along to get along. That's not going to get you there, Dak. You got to stand up. You got to stand up. Look, I know I had called in on Vice show and Skywalker still was on there. And he was like, when I said Dak got to stand up, his point was that Dak don't got that kind of pull. And that's true. But my point is, you can at least make some noise, though. You can make some noise. You know what I'm saying? You got to show a little rebellion. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say, okay, everything they say. Because even if you agree to every term they give you and you go out here and fail, that's going to be on you, Dak. It's still on you. Ultra Cowboy says, name the last quarterback that won a Super Bowl that has taken up over 20% of the salary cap. Very difficult. The Patriots were blessed that TB12 took way below his market value. See, I understand that point, but I don't think that's the reason we losing because of his money. Dak ain't even getting paid top 10 no more, I don't think. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, his contract is not a problem. We still had salary cap left over. So I'm not really too concerned with his money, man. Jerry and them had money they ain't do nothing with, though. You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit up here and say we can't sit up here and say it's the money because Jerry and them had money they ain't even utilized. Jerry and them took weapons away and didn't even replace them. So how is we gonna sit up here and say it's Dak money? Like that makes no sense. In my opinion, that makes no sense. See, my problem with Dak was you sit up here and let these people take your weapons away and not even replace them. And you said nothing. You didn't fight for Coop. And you sat up here and let them blow smoke up your behind and had you thinking that you can do it with just these people you had. With Noah Brown. With old man T.Y. Hilton. With hurt Michael Gallup. And just CeeDee Lamb. Man, Dak shouldn't have went for that. That's on Dak. That's on Dak right now. That's on Dak. See, I think Dak had too much pride. He wanted to make them think he was going to be a hero. But he just don't know. When all of this come crashing down, it's still on you, Dak. It's still on you. You know what I'm saying? You agreed to these terms, that's still on you. That's my point. Like I said, while you trying to be a good captain and go down with the ship, the Joneses is going to watch that ship sink from their yacht, man. I'm telling you. And it's going to be all on you, Dak. That's my point. It's going to be all on you. You should have argued for more weapons. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see all these other people getting their weapons up. You just sitting up there saying, okay, I'll take that. Yeah, we can do it with Noah Brown. Sure. Yeah, we'll be fine with hurt Michael Gallup. We'll be fine. Like, all of that is craziness, man. And now, I hope he learned his lesson because everybody, the whole world, is blaming you. The whole world is blaming you. Shout out to James Simmons in the building. What's happening? Carl Maine said, y'all know we only draft our players. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to keep up with the competition. You got to be able to keep up with the division. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jalen Hurts now. They just surrounded Jalen Hurts with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, they surrounded him with a lot of dog talent. Shout out to Stick Up Kids. Shout out to Jay Word. You already know we in the trend now. You know we in the trend now. Shout out to Cowboy Brian in the building. What's happening? You already know. Stick Up Kids. Satellite Sunny. What's going on? Chris Davis. What's happening? So, yeah, if we just I feel like if we get rid of Kellen Moore, it'll solve a lot of these problems. Did y'all hear what Mr. Bill Parcells said about Kellen Moore? Did y'all hear that? Let me read that for y'all. It says, according to legendary NFL head coach Bill Parcells, the Dallas Cowboys' biggest problem isn't at quarterback, huh? This is coming from Bill Parcells now. Bill Parcells, he said Parcells evaluated the 14 teams that qualified for the playoffs, the 33rd team, and his comments on the Cowboys are among the most interesting. In his assessment, he revealed his belief that the Cowboys don't have top quality quarterback in Dak Prescott. So he did say we don't have a top quality quarterback in Dak Prescott, but I do think he's good enough to win. That's exactly what we've been saying. We ain't saying he's Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. We ain't saying that. We saying that a good enough OC can still get it done with Dak Prescott. And then he went on to say the Super Bowl winning coach, the Super Bowl winning coach said he likes what he sees from the team on defense, but the offense, particularly Kellen Moore's play calling, is hurting the team. Let me say that again. The Super Bowl winning coach says he likes what he sees from the team on defense, but the offense, particularly Kellen Moore's play calling, is hurting the team. So, you know, a lot of people say we just be talking on YouTube. What you think when somebody that won a Super Bowl, a well-decorated coach saying it to you? He just told you exactly that. We never said that Dak was the greatest quarterback in the NFL. What we did say was we can win with him. He's good enough to win. And Kellen Moore is a problem, y'all. That's all we saying. Now Parcells know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's a well-decorated coach. And I feel like if we would have kept Parcells for a little longer, we probably would have got us a Super Bowl too. That was on Jerry. You know what I'm saying? We should have kept Bill Parcells for a little longer. Bill Parcells was the reason we had Romo. You know what I'm saying? Bill Parcells the one who discovered Romo. So we know Bill Parcells know what he's talking about, man. And he's saying that the play calling is a problem. Now we know I already said my disdain from these option routes and stuff like that. Not only the option routes, his situational play calling is ridiculous. Like, we just seen 2nd and 2 from the goal line. What happened, y'all? Shout out to Coach Ma with a $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. He said, what's up, Landlord? I really trust your passing work. Can you truly review our passing game and route combinations from the playouts? I can't understand that last part, but I go look at it, Coach Ma, for sure. I appreciate you, sir. Real talk. I appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie, that game been hard to watch because it makes me mad. Because I know I watched some of the film with Boss Cowboy on his channel, and man, that film just pisses you off when you see Coach Ma. Did you see Boss Cowboy last show last night? Like, man, he's showing that the option routes is throwing Dak mechanics off and everything. Like, Dak setting his feet to throw the ball on the inside route, and then CeeDee Lamb go outside. Like, now he got to throw the ball across his body, Coach Ma. Like, these option routes is messing this man up all the way. Like, all the way. Cowboy Brian says Dak needs weapons, and when he is successful, it's in spite of Kellen, not because of Kellen. Kellen can't scheme running plays or passing plays, and his situational play calling is awful, man. My sentiments exactly, Mr. Cowboy Brian. Those are facts right there. Like, our run game, Tony Pollard made most of them yards on his own, like he said, in spite of Kellen Moore. He made most of them yards in spite of Kellen Moore. Like, we know Tony Pollard is just an explosive back. Bruce got the Toxic Juice says, Landlord, a lot of people miss the fact that Big Mike said a while ago he doesn't like option route scheme and has been trying to make a West Coast offense with matchups. Man, you ain't got to tell me, Bruce. You ain't got to tell me. That's what I said. I wanted Dak to follow suit. When he seen Mike McCarthy seeing the writing on the wall when everybody was trying to blame him, Mike McCarthy said, look, I don't like option routes. See, you got to start separating yourself to say your name. What the world? We still rocking? I don't know what's going on with my computer. But far as Mike McCarthy goes, you got to separate yourself from this foolishness to save your face on your squad. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be sitting up here putting Mike McCarthy in that same boat. You already know. Shout out to Janelle Chase. You know we in the trap. You know that. But look, if Mike McCarthy didn't separate himself from this foolishness, we'll be talking about Mike McCarthy the same way we talking about Kellen Moore right now. But people who really research this, like me and some of these other content creators, we seen that Mike McCarthy made sure to differentiate himself from those people. Mike McCarthy, that's why I support Big Mike. Big Mike said, I will not fall on y'all's sword because I know y'all gonna throw me away like garbage if I do. Coach Miles said, what I'm saying is that a pass-happy OC and our passing game concepts are trash. Straight up. He ain't doing nothing but curl routes, Coach Miles. This man ain't doing nothing but curl routes. What's happening with your big flop? You know where we at, sir. What's happening? What's happening, Dwayne Brown? Like, y'all, Coach Mob, you see, we barely even do any mesh type concepts. We barely even do any kind of, post corners and stuff like that, deep routes. How many times you recall this offense going vertical, Coach Mob? Somebody that's a numbers guy, I got to figure out how to get that percentage. I want to see the percentage of vertical routes that Kellen Moore has ran. You want to know why I want to know that? Because if you calculate the percentage of vertical routes that Kellen Moore has ran and then compare it to the amount of curl routes and comeback routes he run, it should be along the same kind of lines, y'all. Look, comeback routes and curl routes do not work if you're not threatening the defense vertically, man. Why are you doing all these curl routes when you don't even do vertical routes? Somebody answer that question for me. Somebody answer that question for me. Because I'm just a guy talking on YouTube. But you hear a Super Bowl winning coach just told you it's Kellen Moore. You hear Coach Mob, somebody who got coaching experience, telling you it's Kellen Moore and his play scheme is terrible and it's trash. We looking Kellen Moore dead in his face and saying, you trash. It is trash, Kellen Moore. Like, bro, think about this. I literally can't even think of many go routes that we done made this year, y'all. Then think about this. This right here finna make you mad. I'm gonna tell you that right now. When you attack this stuff with common sense and logic, bro, it gets you pissed off because none of this stuff is logical. And common sense ain't common, apparently. So look at this. For us to be running all these go routes, you know what a DB got to respect? A DB got to respect your speed, y'all. Tell me this. Name me a wide receiver on the Dallas Cowboys who you afraid of their speed, y'all. Name one. This junk just pissed me off, y'all. Name one wide receiver. I'm waiting. Name one wide receiver who you are just shaking in your boots from their speed. Name one. And we sitting up here trying to figure out why the DB don't open up their hips when these players going on combat routes. Want to know why? Because they're not afraid of they're not afraid of their speed. Then, even if they were concerned with their speed, we don't run enough vertical routes, y'all. Now, does that sound like an OC that's working with your skill set on your team? Or does that sound like an OC who is forcing players into a scheme? Let me know. Let me know, y'all. Let me know. You can say Simi big flop, but where's Simi? Where's Simi? I give you that, but he didn't get no run. Just like we could say Turpin, but Turpin got no run. Like, so we can't even give him them outs right there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I could see if you was doing all these kind of routes with the threat of speed, with the threat of vertical routes, but you ain't even give them guys no run. The fastest guys on our team, Turpin and Tolbert and them guys didn't even get no run. Like, T.Y. Hilton is still fast, but he came along late. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know, does this sound like an OC who is maximizing the talent on his team? When you sit up here doing all these combat routes when we don't even threaten nobody vertically. And we sit up here and wonder why these DBs are not scared of these combat routes at all. That's concerning, y'all. We need to get this boy up out of the trap.
Trap.
Get this boy up out of the trap, y'all. Sonic Satellite Sunny says, as many doubles our DBs get hit with, you think, hold on. He said, you think we could have some of our own? You see what I'm saying? We don't get no double teams because we ain't got nobody threatening the defense vertically like that. Shout out to Coach Ma with another $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. He says, we want more weapons of this offense. Kellen has Cooper. He said Kellen had Cooper, TP, TY, and seriously, I'll ask ourselves, and we used any of them to their maximum skill set. We did not, Mr. Coach Ma. We did not. Shout out to Jazzy Jeff said, Landlord, I'm afraid that the Joneses will try to promote Kellen to head coach. Man, we marching to Dallas. If that happened, y'all, we marching to Dallas. I'm sorry. Shout out to Eminem Fernandez. But Coach Marv, you made a good point though. Like, Coach Marv, you know I've been watching y'all content, you and Dallas Cowboys now. We been complaining about Kellen Moore not utilizing these people. Like, you got a 4-2 guy on your team and you won't even get him the ball. We done had Tony Pollard for 4 years and we just not using him, y'all. Like, dude, is this not concerning? This is concerning. Then we don't even use Tony when we been using him. We ain't been using him like he should be used. Know what I'm saying? You just giving Tony the carries and tosses and stuff. Bro, throw Tony Pollard the ball. He can be in the slot too. We finna bow our heads and have a collective prayer through the whole Cowboy Nation that Kellen Moore gets this Panther job, y'all. Whew. Because the Joneses, I'm going to tell you right now, if he don't get the job, y'all, we going to be dealing with Kellen Moore another year. Because, look, the Joneses looking at it like, look, people want Kellen as a head coach. We might as well keep him. He's doing something right. He's getting interviews. He had the number one offense. All of these excuses. But you want to know one thing? The reason why you can run this offense that Kellen Moore runs in the regular season, but once you start getting players that's almost equivalent to your players, now you got to actually scheme, and that's where Kellen Moore fails at. That's what Kellen Moore fails at. Think about this. Okay, if you got a player that's like, if our wide receivers are just better than your DBs, they can beat you at anything. It don't matter what Kellen Moore scheme up. They gonna beat you more than likely. That's why we be dominant in the regular season. But once you get to the playoffs, that talent gap is not as big. It starts getting closer and closer. So now you know what you need. You need somebody who's actually creative and actually scheming players open. Like, my DB in your corner are real close to athleticism. You can't just say beat that man every play. Now you need help from your OC actually so you can get over the hump. That's why we stall in the playoffs, because the talent gap is not as big no more, y'all. Shout out to Cowboy Brian with a $10 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. He says, I was a defender of Kellen Moore because of the #1 offense stats, but the stats don't show the full picture. Mike McCarthy needs to run the offense and get rid of Kellen Moore. Absolutely. See, Cowboy Brian, I can go back to what I was saying, sir. Listen, it's hard to believe because the people who want to defend him, that's a good argument. He got the #1 offense, so that's what makes them try to point to Dak and say it's Dak. But listen to what I said. This makes all the sense in the world. You just got to listen, pay attention. Listen. You can beat these inferior DBs in the regular season with just regular old routes and stuff because your team is just better. But when you get in the playoffs, that talent gap between the defense and the offense is not as big. So now you need help from your OC, y'all. Do you see what I mean? That's why when we get to the playoffs, it's a way bigger struggle. Like, that's why we blow the doors off of weak teams. That's why we struggle with okay teams. You know what I'm saying? Because the talent gap is not as big. When you get in the playoffs, you got a top-tier defensive coordinator going up against Kellen Moore. Then the talent gap of the players is not as big. You see what I'm saying? That's why we have a problem in the playoffs. Shout out to Dwayne Brown with a $2 super. He says the problems that he don't know how to use talent. Absolutely. We've been complaining about this for years. Look, if we want to be quite frank, Kellen Moore ain't even earned he really didn't even earn the opportunity to be a offensive coordinator. What Kellen Moore did to be an OC? Somebody put his criteria, his resume down in the chat. Because we gonna talk heavy, we gotta talk. Before Kellen Moore became the OC, what was his resume? What did he do to qualify him to be an OC? Somebody let me know, cause I'm really sitting up here like he did nothing. Shout out to Leon L. He says overall Kellen Moore gets a C grade in the area of situational football. He gets an F. Absolutely, sir. Bruce got the Tyson Juice said with that, Cowboys had the #1 offenses with Cooper Rush and Andy Dalton, Ben DiNucci, and Gary Gilbert. The rankings dropped to the late 20s. Dak raised Kellen's scheme, especially not the other way around, sir. That's a fact. Please, somebody. I got a little time. We could be here all day. Somebody got to give me something tangible that Kellen Moore has done to qualify himself to be a offensive coordinator. Give me something. Give me something now. Give me something. See, this is what disturbs me, y'all. I love my Cowboys. We got to deal with the Joneses. But look at this. It seems like the Joneses want to win their own way. Like, it's not a fight. Like, think about this. They don't want to just sell out to win. They want to win their way. That's what's holding us back, y'all, in my opinion. Because, look, they want to get the credit of creating a Kellen Moore and winning it all. They want to create a Kellen Moore and go win it all. They don't want to go get somebody proven because that takes credit away from them. These people playing, they looking for credit, y'all. Y'all, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. These people are looking for credit. They don't want to go get a proven commodity and add them to the team and be successful. They want to get all the credit for creating, being the smartest guy in the room, creating Kellen Moore, creating this person, creating that person, and then winning it all. That's what's holding us back. These people want credit. This is all ego. And that's all on your Joneses, man. It is what it is. It's just the God honest truth. They say they want to win. They say they want to win, but they want to win their way. They want to win their way. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you want to win, think about this. If you want to win as much as you want to, like if your main goal was just to win, you wouldn't care what avenue you took to get there. You wouldn't care what avenue you took to get to a win. Just like, look at these Eagles fans. They don't care that they got a loaded squad over there and they winning with Jalen Hurts. They don't care that Jalen Hurts got it easy. They don't care. See, the Cowboys want to make it hard for Dak and see if he can do it. That's goofy. Make it easy for Dak then. If you just want to win, if your only goal is to win, go win then. Quit trying to win your way. Quit trying to win your way, Steven Jones. Quit trying to win your way, Jerry. That's all you want to do is just win your way. You want credit. That's not going to get us where we want to be at, y'all. And then it's making the process longer. It's making this process take longer. And then if we try to win your way, what if your way just not winnable? You know what I'm saying? What if we just can't win your way? You see what I'm saying? But we got to deal with stuff like this. This is all ego. This is all I want the credit. That's all this is, man. And that's what we got to deal with these Joneses, unfortunately, y'all. Dwayne Brown says they have too much money, pay cash, don't need credit. That's the problem. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, hey, I that's what I try to do here. Like, at Landlord Sports, I feel like we challenge logic over here. Like, this is what we do. We challenge your logic. Because when you challenge logic, it reveals everything you need to know. Shout out to Fish 82, the buzzer beater in the building. What's happening? Trap. Fish says, Landlord from Alabama, they not trying to win. They trying to sell tickets. Good. I told you, Landlord said this. Now, go look this up. I'm going to be the one that's standing on, I'm going to down this hill right here. If the Dallas Cowboys do not go and pursue these top wide receiver free agents this year, they do not want to win. Because we just discovered that Dak Prescott probably is never going to be able to do it by himself. Why are we even trying that in the first place? Now, we discovered this. It took us 7 years, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know Dak is my guy. So this is not a Dak bashing session because we mature fans. We actually got sense. We got football IQ over here. We're not just going to dog one man because we know it takes more than that. You see what I'm saying? And then even look, I'm on Dak's side, right? When we beat the Bucks, did I come out here and say it was all Dak? And Dak had a phenomenal game. I gave Kellen Moore his props. I said, man, Kellen called a masterful game. You see what I'm saying? It takes two to tango. You got 53 people on this roster. It will never just be one player's fault. Now, when we start distributing the blame, of course, one player can get a larger slice than the other players. But it'll never just be one player's fault. Or one player never would just get the credit. You know what I'm saying? This is the ultimate team game. Like, a lot of people that blame one person, y'all, this what lets me know. You could have never played football before. Because I done been that player that's on the field that got to do what the coach say, even though I don't even believe it's a right play. You see what I'm saying? If you been a player before, you got to do what the coach tell you to do. And then he got the authority. If you venture off and do some freestyle and not what he say, he can pull you off the court. He can take you off the field because you ain't listening to him. It don't even matter if you did a good play. See, y'all don't understand. That's why, how could you blame, you could have Deion Sanders on the field and you got him playing line. We back? We back? Okay, we back. Let me see. We should be back. Okay. You got Deion Sanders playing linebacker. Who fault that is? Who fault is that? Somebody let me know. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a big difference. Coaching matters, y'all. Shout out to Dwayne Brown with a $5 super chat. He says if they do not surround Dak with players, they want him to fail so they can move on. Yeah, that's the truth. But look, you can do both though, Dwayne Brown. That's why I'm at. That's why I'm at with it. Shout out to Lisa VIC. She said, hey guys, fire, get them fools. Yeah. See, look, this all I'm saying. You can do both though, Dwayne Brown. You can surround Dak with talent and still move on. Because look, to be fair, if people seeing this from Dak and don't believe in him, I ain't even gotta argue with you. It is what it is. So look, you should know who Dak is right now. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that he ain't my boy, not to say that he can't win it all. But you should know exactly who Dak is. So even if you do surround him with superior talent and then we get to the promised land or get close, it is what it is. You can still move on. You know what I'm saying? Look at what Jimmy G did, y'all. That's the perfect idea right there. That's the perfect idea right there. Hey, yeah, y'all hit that like button for the squad. It will not charge a card. Trap. Y'all know we doing this thing. Shout out to Hen Dog over there on Facebook. What's happening? But look, y'all, man, y'all know we doing this for y'all, man. We trying to come with this good content to make it through this off season, man. I'm gonna be here rocking with y'all the whole while, though. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be in the trap. We gonna be in the trap. But look, like I said, man, he gonna have to surround his team with some real skill positions and some talent, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Big Flock. He says, week 1 through 6, defense showed up. This was on Dak and his decision-making. Kellen ain't helped put him in the best situations to make the necessary plays, bro. Yeah, see, look, I'm not taking blame from Dak. But look, those option routes are screwing Dak up. Because look, y'all. This one thing before I wrap this up. I want people to realize this. Okay. If you seen a player, if you know a person and you've been knowing them for 5-7 years and he do something that's uncharacteristic, you don't usually just go with that. Like, the mainstream media wants you to go with the fact that Dak Prescott is just this interception-prone guy now. Bro, Dak ain't never been like that. So, you gonna take all these years of Dak being one of the better people with the football in his hand, and now you gonna just say, oh, he's interception king. That's goofiness, y'all. Is that not goofy? Like, more than likely, bro, this year is an outlier, y'all. This is not what Dax usually do. This is an outlier year, in my opinion. Now, could he go on from this year and just keep being an interception dude? That's possible. But the more likely conclusion would be that this is an outlier season. Dak has never been nowhere near close to this. Like, I think his career high in interception was like 13. Now he got 15, 16 interceptions in 9 games. I think it's the system. So, look, you cannot take the outlier year and try to make that define who Dak Prescott is, in my opinion. You can't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. You can't take an outlier season and try to make that define that man. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Shout out to T. Green. He said, Landlord, we need to draft mostly offense and cornerbacks and linebackers to help our team. T. Green, I got a better conclusion. Check this out. I got an argument to say that cornerback 2 ain't really a necessity no more. Now, if you see a guy that you just love to death fall to you in the draft, that's a different story. But look, we can make Deron Bland, we can train him to be our cornerback 2. You see what I'm saying? We could train DeRon Bland to be our cornerback too. And then we can re-sign Anthony Brown and put him in the slot if we want to. Or we can train Izzy to be our slot corner. Izzy play ball. Like, think about it. Cornerback 2 is really, really not just, I got to have him, real talk. I thought it was at first, to be fair. I really did think it was. But when I started thinking about it, I'm like, man, we could just put DeRon Bland on the outside. We can use this whole offseason to make DeRon Bland cornerback 2. And then we can use Izzy in the slot or either draft the slot corner. We really ain't got to sell out for a cornerback. What y'all think about that? That's how I'm thinking with it. Like, I'm thinking we don't really even got to sell out for a cornerback. And then Jordan Lewis still on the contract. So you could put DeRon Bland on the outside. You could put DeRon Bland on the outside and rock with Jordan Lewis at slot. So cornerback 2 ain't even really a big necessity like that in my head. I could be wrong though. But what you think about that, T Green? Real talk. I trust Bland in the nickel too, but he was decent on the outside too, Big Flop. So then look, we threw him in the fire this year, Big Flop. Think about that. We threw him in the fire. Yeah, T Green. I thought you would like that. Cause look, we just threw him in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine this was his rookie year. Year 2 Bland probably gonna be nasty, y'all. Year 2 Bland gonna be nasty. Real talk. So you ain't really gotta sell your soul for a corner in the draft early. I feel like you need to be attacking your other skill, your offensive skill positions. You need to be going to get you a wide receiver. You need to be going to get you a running back. And I feel like we should attack wide receiver in the free agency. I don't even want to draft a wide receiver. Because you want to know why? We don't have time for that to develop chemistry and develop a wide receiver. We need nefarious Jerry now. We don't have time to hope it work. We don't have time to draft another Jalen Tolbert and pray he be good. No. The draft is not promised. We need to go attack and go get a proven wide receiver. If you go and spend some money, unlike these Joneses want to do, go spend some money and go get a proven wide receiver and add them to this team. Now you'll have the flexibility to go, okay, in the first round in the draft, I might possibly get another wide receiver or another running back. Like, we drastically need to improve our skill positions. And one thing I want y'all to keep an eye out for, the Joneses might try to sell you, hey, Michael Gallup is going to be that guy in year 2. The Joneses might try to sell you that, so keep your eyes open. They might try to sell you that, oh, Michael Gallup was just hurt, and he'll do way, way better next year. I love Michael Gallup as a player, but I don't want to have my season depending on that again. If Michael Gallup becomes Michael Gallup again, he'll be Michael Gallup with a whole lot more talent around him. That's what I'm saying. It is what it is. I don't want to depend my future on him. Shout out to Major Mayhem in the building. What's happening? What y'all think about that? I don't want to depend on Michael Gallup becoming Michael Gallup. And then being real, I don't think Michael Gallup would be the needle mover to this team if he did. We need to move this needle big time, y'all. We need to move this needle big time. So Michael Gallup don't move the needle big enough. So even if Jerry and them try to sell me that, I ain't buying. I want somebody who gonna drastically move the needle. Somebody who is a proven commodity at wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to Tommy Montoya. Yeah, no discount, guys. I guess we might end up having to get Cooks. I wouldn't be too mad at Cooks, but I want somebody who drastically moves the needle for this team. And shout out to somebody said, oh yeah, Virgil Brown. He said we in the trap. I know that, sir. You already know that, sir. Hashtag bring back the old Jerry. We need the old nefarious Jerry to go after these top wide receiver free agents. If they don't do that, y'all, I'm telling you right now, I'm warning you. This coming from me, Landlord from Alabama. a.k.a. Mr. King Fairies, you know.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
King the Fairies. Okay, look, this is coming from me. If Jerry Jones and the Joneses don't aggressively go after some talent this season, the Dallas Cowboys will be perpetually mid for the foreseeable future. That's the truth. That's the truth. Mark my words. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. We're going to be a mid-football team if Jerry Jones and them don't gamble. Real talk. We going to be mid, y'all. See, Stephen Jones thinking like that too. That's why he don't want to think about this. That's why he don't want to make these big risky moves. Stephen Jones thinking about how competitive we can be over the next years. But you don't understand, Mr. Stephen Jones. You thinking with your wallet. We are close, sir. When you are close, you got to strike. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no guarantee that we going to get this close again. That's my problem with them. It ain't no guarantee that you going to get this close again, sir. Not no time soon. You got to strike. You don't want to keep wasting your talent. You got a Michael Parcells on this football team. Man, you ain't got time to play around, y'all. Know what I'm saying? You got to actually go strike. You know you are close. You just lost a one-score game. You just lost a one-score game against a number one defense in the divisional round. You didn't get embarrassed. You did not get embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? You did not do that. You just let that happen. You just sit up here letting your window close. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, please, I got 71 people in the building, man. I ain't got nothing but like 30 likes, man. Y'all show some love for the boy, man, in the trap. Please. Hit that like for the squad for not charging card, man. You know, all the donations are very much so appreciated, man. But I got to have y'all hit that like. We got a lot of wrenches in the building. Please hit that like and share, man. It helps out the show to grow a whole lot, man. I appreciate it, y'all. I know y'all gonna look out for your boy in the trap. Thank you. Please. But man, y'all, man, like if we don't aggressively go after these talent in free agency, man, we will be mid for the foreseeable future. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth. This window is definitely closing, man. It is. Dak getting old and older. You know what I'm saying? This offensive line is in shambles already. To be honest, if somebody say our window closed, they might be close to right. Because think about it. We had an ultimate offensive line, and we didn't let them just get whittled away and get old and start being, you know what I'm saying, an average offensive line. If folks say our window closed, if they look at the offensive line, that might be something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like we can get it right. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all hitting the like. I know y'all gonna take care of me, man. I know sometimes you just get in here listening to the content and you don't even think about hitting the like. That's why I don't like to just beg y'all for likes, but I do want to remind y'all sometimes, like, hey, hit that like for your boy, man. It will not charge a card, I promise you. I promise you. Trap. I appreciate that, Dallas Sports. He said, keep up the great content. Lord, I need to help my YouTube channel too, Dallas Cowboy 1977. Hey, I go sub to you, man. I support everybody, especially you support me. I got you. Shout out to Eternal Dynasty in the building. What's happening, bro? He says, we have one of the youngest rosters, need to keep hitting in the draft and sign or keep free agents. Absolutely, Eternal Dynasty. See, I'm with you, but I'm talking about like the only way they could say our window is really closing if they looking at the offensive line. Because look at it. Bro, we had Tyron Smith in his prime, bro. We had Zach Martin in his prime, bro. We had Travis Frederick. Like, we had an elite offensive line that we built. You know what I'm saying? We build that offensive line for war. and we didn't let it kind of slip away out of our grasp. You know what I'm saying? Now, we literally got to rebuild this offensive line in a minute. That's how you build a team. You should build your team from your trenches first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got your trenches in order, you can't get the ball to your weapons. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the ball to your weapons. So we probably need to draft some offensive linemen. We might have to draft some defensive linemen. We got to get our trenches in order. Shout out to Jonathan Davis with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. He says we need to go after the Cincy offensive coordinator and the Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator. He would both pick up, would be a perfect fit. I got to do some research on the Browns guy, but Cincy guy, he in his bag right now. But he do got a loaded roster over there. But he is in his bag right now. Attorney Dynasty said our oldest players are on the O-line. Yeah, that's why I said I don't know if you was late coming in, Attorney Dynasty, but that was the argument I was making. I don't feel like our window is closed yet, but if somebody was to make an argument and say that our window was closing, I think they'll be doing it by looking at the offensive line, because we had one of the better ones and now they're not as good no more. You know what I'm saying? They're not as good. And now we almost in a position where we gotta rebuild these guys. So that's the problem that's the problem that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bernard Fields. He said Bill Callahan. Yeah, I think he might be. Is he available? I ain't even sure. See, I gotta look up these coaching people that we can get. Shout out to Swain with a $10 super stick. I appreciate you, sir. I really do. But I got to look at these candidates that we can replace these coaches with. Shout out to Thomas A. Gary. He says the Browns just hired their DC last week. Oh, so we ain't going to be able to get him, you know. Maybe they talking about somebody who must have just got fired then. Or just got let go. I don't know. But, you know, some people be better coordinators than they are head coaches. And what's so crazy about that is you won't be able to know until you be a head coach, you know what I'm saying? You won't be able to know if you're a better coordinator than a head coach until you become a head coach. That's what's crazy about it. Shout out to Jay Jones. He said, delivering mail, hit the light. Coach Ma told boss that Bill Parcells exposed Kellen Moore as well. Straight up. I appreciate you, sir. Do you mind bringing my W-2s over here for me, sir? Please. What Mickey? We need all the mail people to bring my W-2s over here. We appreciate that. You understand? It's about that time, sir. You know? Y'all know I'm silly. Eternal Dynasty said we need an O-line coach that can help the run game. Yeah, we do. We need to upgrade. It'll be very interesting coming these coming weeks to see how we replace these coaches. And I'm telling y'all, I think firing all of these position coaches is kind of like setting up to replace our DC and our OC. I think it's just setting up for that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's setting up for that. And they might want to let the DC and the OC hire their own position coaches. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody say something about Al Harris. What about Al Harris being upgraded to a defensive coordinator? That was pretty interesting. And, yeah, I don't know if y'all seen my show last night. I did say I would love to have Sean Lee as the linebackers coach. That would be outstanding. Sean Lee, if you could pour Sean Lee's knowledge into Damone Clark, into Michael Parsons, into LVE, man, that would be outstanding. Man, I hate we couldn't capitalize on Sean Lee, man. Sean Lee was that dude, bro. Sean Lee was that dude, bro. He really was. Shout out to J. Rod. He said Jerry will not let Kellen because that is his hand pocket Garrett Jr. Man, hey, he might not, man. He might not, man. But we hoping that he let him go. That's the only way. Look, all of these things I was naming about upgrading this team, getting better weapons, getting all of this, the first order of business is to replace Kellen Moore. Let Kellen Moore go. I'm going to tell you that right now. Even if the only way I can deal with Kellen Moore, y'all want to know the only way I can deal with Kellen Moore? The only way I can deal with Kellen Moore is if we upgrade all the skill positions and let Mike McCarthy call the plays. That's the only way I can deal with Kellen Moore another year. That's the only way. If Kellen Moore don't get the job and we just got to deal with him, that's the only way I feel like I can be okay with that. Shout out to Big Flock. He says LVE is on pace to beat Sean Lee, though, but we need speed in that linebacker room. Just suck not seeing Cox get on the field. Straight up. That's why I feel like they got rid of George Edwards. Because they felt like, this is my opinion now. This is not factual. But I'm thinking that they might have not been pleased with the development of Jabril Cox. So that's what I'm saying. That might be one of the things that made them not want to reel him up. You know what I'm saying? That's just me talking. Like, this is my thoughts, not real news. You know what I'm saying? I'm just assuming. Most people don't got the real inside information these days right now, as of yet. But it should probably be coming out in the weeks coming up soon. But Dallas Sports 1977 said, hey, man, Jason Garrett Jr. clone. Kellen needs to be fired. Absolutely. But, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy in the trap today. Trapping today. Trap. Hey, I got a couple more minutes. If y'all got any questions y'all want to let your boy answer or go over, it's the off-season vibes, man. I'm finna start getting deep into my draft bag. I'm finna start coming with some standalone videos. I need y'all support on them too now. I really do. Trap. Y'all gonna take care of your boy. Shout out to Devin the dude in the building. You know what I'm saying? He mad nefarious over there. Big Flock said Bob was getting beat up in the coverage. What did they see in him? I kind of was heavy on Bob early in the year. But then I kind of gave him a little grace because he showed me a little something. He did a little okay down the stretch, Big Flock. But he didn't live up to what we thought he would be, though. I say that much. Devin the dude says it's just the next scapegoat up. Don't look too deep into it, landlord. Hey, yeah, you already know. Derek Fisher said my cousin going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tariq Woodland. He probably is because he been off the chain this year. Jedi Shogun said, don't worry, landlord. We will pay our rent for y'all. I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that, man, in the trap house. Trap. You know what I'm saying? Trap. Dallas Sports 1977 said, has a fan since 1966 season. Youngsters fans doesn't understand or comprehend how popular, powerful Kellen Moore is, but he's standing in our way of winning Lombardi trophies. Number 6. Absolutely, sir. He got to get up out the way, man. He got to get up out the way. And look, this to my older Cowboy fans and some of our newer Cowboy fans, it's no shade at y'all. But look, I just painted this picture yesterday. Like, for players like Michael Parsons and stuff like that, y'all, could we please stop doing the 27-year stuff to them, man? Good grief. I just don't see that being fair, man. Because, like, Michael Parsons just played his heart out. And he got to answer questions about the 27-year drought. Like, that's a toxic relationship right there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, man. I say, if we gonna make that 27-year drought argument and stuff like that, we need to be pointing at Jerry and Steve and them with that. The players ain't been here that long. That's organizational. You know what I'm saying? That's organizational. We need to holler at Steven and Jerry and them. Y'all ain't won in 27 years. See, this gonna be it. Shout out to Miss Sally with the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. She said, as always, I enjoy your content. Smash them likes. Absolutely, ma'am. I appreciate that. Straight up. But this gonna be the last rant before I go. Okay, look. The 27-year drought is really responsible from the front office. You know what I'm saying? That's on the front office, y'all. That's not these players. That's not Dak Prescott. That's not Micah Parsons especially, man. This man been here 2 years, and y'all up here bugging him about 27-year drought. Them questions is for the front office, man. So all that whining these people doing out here on this YouTube space, you know what I'm saying? Them 27 years, all that anger and frustration that you got from not winning it for so long, you need to give them questions to Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones. Those are not the players' fault that we've been waiting so long. These players are doing their best. You know what I'm saying? Like, you blame the players for their tenure. You know what I'm saying? You can blame Dak for 7 years and not having the Super Bowl. You can blame CeeDee Lamb for 4 years and not having a Super Bowl. You can blame them for that, but don't give them the whole 27. That's not fair. That's ridiculous, actually. You know what I'm saying? So those type of questions need to be to the front office. And you want to know why? We got to put pressure on the front office. You want to know why? We got to put pressure on the front office because of we know that it's a family-ran business. It's nepotism. It's nobody else giving them pressure. Nobody else is giving the Joneses pressure but us. So before you get up into these players' face talking about 27 years, man, think with your mind, not with your emotions. That's ignorant. Not one of these players been here for 27 years, so you can't put that on them. Put that 27-year pressure on the Joneses because they the ones that ain't got no pressure on their job. Any other GM that's not performing, he get fired. Any other OC, you know what I'm saying, any other position in any sport, they get fired when they don't do their job. Not here, because this is a family-ran business and it's nepotism. Us as fans, got to put the pressure on the Joneses. That's the only way it can happen. So spare them players with all that foolishness, man. I felt so sorry for Michael Parsons when they asked him about 27-year drought, and this man just played his heart out. This the guy that don't even take plays off. This man going 1,000% every play. All pro. You see what I'm saying? And you sitting up here telling him, what you gonna do? You ain't won in 27 years. Man, Micah said it in the interview. He said, man, I've been here 2 years, bro. Like, that's unfair, y'all. We got to have more common sense when we coming with this type of stuff. Put that 27-year drought stuff on the Joneses. That's who you put it on. But I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me in the trap today, man. Trap. Shout out to Philly. Some guy talking about landlord, I come to collect my ends. Well, you know, I'm the landlord around here, sir, in the trap. What you talking about? Trap. Do you got my rent, sir? Trap. It's getting close to the first, too. Now, I know you had a payment arrangement last week, you know what I'm saying? Trap. Hey, man, I appreciate the troll fans that come in here respectful, though, man. So, yeah, you good, bro. Just rock out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just rock out. Because, we grown. We don't want to be disrespecting each other. So, good old trash talk is welcome here in the trap. You understand? Trap. But, man, I appreciate this today, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Philly. Yeah, just be respectful, man. You can rock out over here, man. We just, you know what I'm saying? We just good old sports fans talking good old sports. Trash talk is welcome, you know what I'm saying? As long as we ain't no personal attacks and stuff like that, we good in the trap. You understand? Trap. But, yeah, y'all already know, man. You see that we got people named Philly in the chat. You understand me? You know that. And then you see that our season been over all week, but you still see us headlining on every single show, you understand? And every single person, every single media group, everywhere you can look is still talking about us, you know that. You want to know why? You know why, because we the greatest, you understand that. You know we the greatest. They can't help but talk about this team because we are America's team. We are the greatest, you know that. Let's go. Shout out to everybody, man, rocking with your boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bernard Fields. Shout out to JT Wolf. Let's get it. Got it, Kelly. Out from
and this is greatness defined. Every line is divine. Verses boggle your mind. And every song, man, I swear, it just get better with time. No matter how much shade they throwing, I still manage to shine. I don't know why they so obsessed with mine. I'm all they think about. Go in their house, they probably got my pics in the shrine. Damn, I never let these play me. They see us ballin', now they wanna switch teams like KD. I know my time coming, I guess I'ma wait and see. I'm too cocky and confident and humble. Ain't for me, Lord. Help me with my egotistical ways, but I'm amazed how they display such miserable hate. I never paid attention to what most people say. Their words are unimportant like prepositional phrase. They wanna see me crash and burn in a ridiculous blaze, but yet I rise like the phoenix. Show these I'm great enough. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. Well, take a seat, I do it for the family. So bring the block to the Grammys, and if you try to stop me, you need a plan B. Yeah, I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. The go against the odds, go hard, chase meals, until you make it. Show 'em all you the greatest. I'm the great young poet, got flow flowing, it's mind blowing. I'm flamboyant when brainstorming, that's fair warning. For my opponents that will be mourning before the morning. Every beat I eat and destroy, that's what the fans wanted. The hot topic, you try to copy, that's hard stopping.
I don't think they be hearing me, though. I don't think they be hearing me. That boy said the hot topic, you try to copy, that's hard stopping. Yeah, I'm a giant when rhyming, and y'all microscopic. I got them watching, and they believe in me like a prophet, cause the pics I'm cropping be masterpieces, they photoshopping. I'm from the bottom, assembled by the avenue, so I gotta pay homage to the hood to show my gratitude. And then my attitude is similar to an animal. These boys ain't half as cool, I got different levels to tap into. I am the truth, these people know that I kill it. These are God level lyrics, I should be on Mount Olympus. My music therapeutic to the real people's spirit like it came from ancient Kemet. Ain't nobody messing with me, I'm the greatest. Hey, let them boys know what's happening, man. Let them boys know what's happening, man. Let's get it. Hey, man, y'all already know what I do. Like I say, I go by Landlord from Alabama, your plug for everything about America's team, a.k.a. King Nefarious, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, 1K